Okay, so you've won 4 of the last 5, and how's the team morale right now, and how are you guys feeling?
I think we feel good. I think these guys are ready for the stretch run here at the end of the year. I think we're playing our best basketball, which is you want to be playing your best basketball at the end of the year. We got good chemistry. Obviously Sunday's game is a huge game. We've only got 2 home games left, and Sunday's an important game. If we continue to want to put ourselves in a better position to get to postseason, I think that's still an option for us.
What have you seen in the last few weeks that has made you optimistic, really, for all you guys? What keeps you going at this point in the season that you think you can excel at the end here? What have you seen?
You want me to answer that?
Malcolm.
Well, like Coach said, as long as there's games remaining on your schedule, then that's what gives us belief that we still have a chance. And nobody's doubting each other or hanging their head because Coach said it best. We can go 5-0 or 4-1 again, and then we right where we want to be, and then get a game in the ACC tournament, and then our dreams are still alive. So that's what everybody's focus is right now.
Coach, you've had so many games come down to a final possession. I think it was like 7 or 8 in a row, and you were able to win the last couple. Did you notice a difference in the way you as a collection, coaches and players, just the experience of having those close games has led you to get over the top the last couple times?
There's no question that it has an effect, and I just pointed this out to one of the many media things I've had to do earlier today. We had you take the situation in the NC State game scenario. We were down 1 or 2, I think we were down 1, and we drew up a play out the timeout. We didn't execute the play right. Malcolm takes the ball, left wing, drives it, probably gets it too deep. The pass to Reggie doesn't work. We don't score. Exact same scenario in the Wake Forest game. He doesn't take it too deep. We make the pass to Reggie. Reggie gets fouled, makes 2 free throws and win the game. So we learn from those experiences. And, I think in Greensboro, I had someone tell me that was a record. 8 straight games that have come down to the last possession. And the last time, I think, was in the 70s when they didn't have a shot clock. So which makes you tells you how pretty amazing that is.
That was a conference record or a
conference
record?
And I think it was 6. The record was 6. Is that what he told us?
It was 6 previously by Virginia.
Yeah.
I think it might have been 81-82, but we had 8 straight by 4 points or less.
So, which is pretty amazing. And also, and I think this can go back to Michelle's first question, is we've been in every game too. So there's no reason for us to think that we can't. There's not a team on our schedule we can't beat. So. That's why you feel like we always got opportunity to get where we still want to be, and that's in postseason.
Do you guys, talk at all about the standings, do you? I mean, everybody else does. You're 1 game behind this team, 2 behind this, and you've got teams on your schedule. Do you guys talk at all about where you can finish and postseason tournaments, or do you just think about who you're playing next?
I think all we've done is think about who we play next, but I think we will talk to our guys a little bit about, these next 2 games, 2 teams are ahead of us, so you got a chance to catch them, Clemson and Boston College, and they're the 2 teams that people are talking about they can make it in the NCAA tournament from a league. So you have opportunities against those 2 teams. I mean, if you're able to beat those teams, you catch them, that puts you in a better position. So there's no question there may be some time for us to have some conversation about that with our team.
How important will the crowd be? I mean, you obviously want to have good energy in the building. Can you make a plea to the fans?
I think I think our ticket sales are good for a Clemson game. I think there's not many tickets available, so that's great, and that's pleasing to me to hear late in the year that we would have that kind of support. And we need their energy. We can't do it without them. So the Duke game, they were outstanding. Our students were outstanding, and hopefully we can have that same support these last 2 home games.
Could you move the mic to Malcolm so I can ask him? Thanks.
I didn't know this thing was working.
I hope it is. Otherwise, what do you think is different about this team now, as opposed to 2 months ago? You guys have gotten it done late. The last 3 times you've had the opportunity, you've been one of the catalysts down the stretch, making the pass or the shot or whatever. What's different about you guys now?
just what Coach said earlier, just that, that experience going through, those close games and not finishing, and, the NC State game, me going too deep and passing it to Reggie where we had Ryan Brown in the corner. Just, going through that, man, you learn from it. And I think, with us going through that situation again, we were able to be successful and not panic or tense up, just relax and then, just play the game. And I think that's helped us come out successful.
Do you feel like you guys are where you want to be now, maybe not standings-wise, but athletically, collectively, mentally? Do you feel you're at your best right now?
Definitely, and especially with DeQuan Jones coming back, that's really big for us, man, because in the way he's playing right now, the UNC Greensboro game, he was playing so athletic, rebounding the ball, going to the boards, something that Coach has talked to him about all season. And I think that gives us a huge advantage. So I feel really good about the team. Coach does. I know Adrian does. And, Sunday is a great opportunity because they're ahead of us. And I think we're going to be able to, make a run here.
I want to ask Adrian, two things. One, you've been around to see a lot of UM teams over the last several years. How do you think this team, how do you compare this team or contrast this team to other teams in the last few years? And also, all the threes that you guys made in the last game, does that give you a lot of confidence just that, you guys can, if you have to, hit the three?
I think this team is pretty much like the 07-08 team. I really feel like that because we started off bad and we picked it up at the end. We still made the tournament. And this year we lost a lot of close games, and hopefully we can make a run at the end. It's looking good for us if we can just pull out some of these games. And as far as three-pointers, I don't know. I really don't. It gives us confidence, I guess you can say. I know if I hit a couple, I don't need a couple. Just open separation, a lot of separation for the teams, and that opens up the middle for Reggie and everything. So it makes it a lot easier for everybody.
Let's just say it was good to see those shots going in Greensboro because that's where we'll be in a couple of weeks for the ACC tournament.
So the baskets are
they
the baskets like
you'll lose your thing.
You clearly have the most experience. Do you come into every game thinking, whether it's 1, 2, or 3 threes or whatever it is, I want to be that difference maker. I've been around for a while. I'm back for a reason. I want the ball at the biggest time. Do you ever think about that?
I think as far as the difference maker, I think I am a big difference maker because I know the games I played very well. In the ACC, those are the games we've won, and the games I haven't, we've lost. So, and as far as getting the ball, if I'm open, I'm gonna shoot it, like Coach says. And if Malcolm passes to me, I'm gonna shoot it. Or I make a play to Malcolm, he's gonna shoot it. I don't know. It's just.
Do you know early whether it's going to be a good night for you or not? Is it first couple shots, if they're going in, do you figure all night, and first couple don't go in, you start thinking, uh-oh, or do you sort of know where you're at in the middle of the game?
Usually probably in the middle of the game. Because, UNC Greenboro, I missed my first four shots, and then it just started picking up for me. So, the first shots, maybe just get your feet wet a little bit, get in the game, because I come off the bench, so it's hard for me to get into the flow. Once I get in the flow, I feel a little better.
Coach, can you talk about Clemson? What concerns you about them? What kind of team are they?
First time we played them, they really hurt us in transition. We really got to get back and set our defense. And they hurt us on the boards. So those are the two key things going into this game we've got to do a great job of. We got to get back and set our defense, and we got to block out. They're big. Their bigs go to the glass. Grant, Booker, and Jennings. They're very aggressive on the boards, and they're a physical team. They're a really good defensive team. Offensively, we were pretty good in that ball game. We just did not do those things in terms of our transition defense and blocking out. So they got a good backcourt, and Young and Stitt, I think, they're both good players. But their front line is what hurt us in our first game, and we got to do better. Reggie, that was a game Reggie had not practiced before the game. He really struggled in that game, and we need his presence to beat a team like that.
Frank, this upcoming stretch, obviously, the next 4 games teams are all ahead of you. You can probably leapfrog a couple of them, just talk about the stretch. And, is it do or die now with must-win games now?
Well, obviously, there's at the end of the year, you want to have, you want to play your best basketball, and every game's important. this game Sunday, protecting your home court, and you're trying to position yourself here for postseason play. We've won 4 out of 5. You know, how you finish is extremely important in terms of that committee, what they look at and evaluating teams that are eligible for the tournament. So there's no question we want to be playing, we want to be winning games here late in the year.
Speaking of the home court, you guys have played, particularly in the ACC, much better at home. So what's been, I guess, that a big difference?
Well, I mean, I think you look across the country. I mean, teams play better at home than they do on the road. You know, so Clemson comes in here, and I think they're 1-5 on the road in the ACC. So you know, it's a tough place to be in our league in terms of winning on the road. But you know, we got 2 home games. We got to be playing really well. We got to protect our home court, and then we got to go steal a couple road games.
The main reason a number of ACC teams went to Greensboro was because, like a dress rehearsal field. Did you say at any point to the guys, whether it was after the game or before, take a good look around, this is where we want to take off in early March?
We talked about it. There's no question. We talked about it right after the Duke game because obviously we were disappointed with the loss, and you know, there's a sense of maybe concern that our guys, because it was a quick turnaround. We left Monday and played Tuesday, and that Duke game was still lingering around. So that was what we thought, to get our guys understanding how important that game was Tuesday. Hey, we got to play well here. This is where we're going to be in 2 weeks or 3 weeks to play an ACC tournament. It's an important time for us. We got to get ourselves ready to play, and you know, if we want to continue to try to get ourselves in postseason.
So you thought that placement of the non-conference game happened to be perfect?
Yeah, exactly.
For where it came in.
Exactly. You know, some people don't like those games, and they're tough because all your league games is such high intensity. But I want our high intensity to be even in that game. And we started off slow a little bit, but we got it going. I thought we played really good defense in the second half.
Did it also help to just erase the Duke disappointment right away?
Yeah, and I think that was key too. You know, obviously to have that game there, we can get back on the winning track because we had won 3 in a row. This team was, you know, feeling good about winning and how it felt to win again. So, you know, having a game 2 days later was good to have and get a win.
After the Duke game, Coach K had a lot of great things to say about you and the way the team plays and what you've done here. How does it make? I don't know if you read it or heard it, but what do you think about a guy who's won so much at the college level giving you those kind of accolades and praise?
Well, obviously, you know, very flattered by it and humbled by it. You know, Coach K may arguably be the best coach in any sport right now. You know, based on what he's done, you look at his, you know, winning a gold medal, winning a national championship, and you know, the respect he has in the game. And just like I said, I'm very humbled by it. I think he didn't have to say it, and I don't think he would say it unless he meant it. And he made some comments to me right after the game, and I'm very appreciative of it.
Can you guys both talk about, you know, Frank as the coach takes heat sometimes when you guys lose and people start saying Frank Haith and the play calling and this and that. How do you guys deal with that, and do you block those things out, and you know, what do you think about the job that your coach has done?
First of all, I don't appreciate the comments at all about what they say about my coach. He's the biggest reason and only reason I've you know, choosing to come to Miami. I think he's a great coach, and I think he's done a great job with us. And I know me and him have, you know, built a great relationship. And you know, like I said, I think Coach does a great job, and he's going to continue to do a great job. And you know, you can't put all the heat on Coach because, you know, at the end of the day, we're out there playing. And, you know, we have to execute what Coach draws up, or, you know, everything that we work on in practice. So you can't put all the heat on the coach because, you know, the players have to take some blame.
How about you? You've been around Coach a long time now.
My whole career here.
That's right.
Except for 1 year.
That's right, you came in together almost, right?
1 year, yeah, 1 year.
Yeah, I feel like I don't think that's right either, because at the end of the day, like Mal said, we're the players, and I think most of the games that we lost, it wasn't really as far as X's and O's, more of us not playing hard and not doing the little things, and sometimes you just can't teach that to that level. You just got to do it yourself, and yeah, I just don't feel like that's a cool thing to say bad stuff about a coach or want him to get fired or something like that.
And Frank, how do you deal with, I mean, I know you know, coaches say, I don't read anything, but you do, you read and hear, so how do you block that out?
I don't read papers, and I don't read the blogs and all that stuff, and I just did an interview with Michael Irvin. He asked me about it, and I said, first of all, I didn't know my job was in jeopardy, so, I think the one thing as coaches, we're all taught to worry about things that we can control, and when people make statements or comments, we can't control that, and they're allowed to say what they want to say, and freedom of speech, and have an opinion, and so I'm not angry at people when they say those things, and I try not to be like last night I went to my son's game, and as soon as the game's over, I could feel a swarm of people coming to me, and to ask questions, or make comments, and I just try to be. I'm a polite person, but I'm always in and out, so I don't spend a lot of time, and because I don't want to be focused on that. I just want to focus on coaching my basketball team. That's it.
But these are like parents from the
parents or
just
just fans. I mean, and the comments are all positive.
Yeah.
But I don't want to. Like I said, I didn't know I was ever in. There was an issue. So, but.
Oh, no, it's the issue. It's just, how it is when a team loses, people start saying, oh, the coach and the play calling.
Yeah.
And
we are 16-10, and we have won 23 games, 19 games, 20 games in the last 4 years. So we're 16-10, and we still got 5 games left. So that's, when you hear that, like I said, I didn't know if we were 10-16 maybe. I would start to feel that way, but we're 16-10. So. And I do think we got a chance to play in postseason again. So I think some of that is a mentality of, like basketball and football is totally different. In football, you lose a game, man, season's over. In basketball, it's a marathon. You don't, no one's going to go 34-0 or 40-0. So it's the ebb and flow. And I think it's a different mentality from football to basketball. I think sometimes we get caught up in that.
Anything else?
Okay.